見てごらん。He's looking for you. Yeah, he's looking for you. 見てごらん。見てパパ来てよ見て。どこ行った？もう来たよ。
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Fresno Chaffee Zoo and our Ring Wonders Bird Show. My name is Jared Price. This season, our show is being sponsored by the Fresno Chaffee Zoo Corporation. We'd like to give that group a special thanks for enabling us to be here today, along with their commitment to conservation education. Now, we do hope that you've enjoyed the birds we've already shown you today. We're going to start by introducing them all to you really quickly. Now, first up, flying down from behind you is a group of white homing pigeons, and a large blue parrot that flew around the corner and disappeared down the tree. That was Cosmo. He's our hyacinth macaw. And the large guy wandering around doing nothing close to what he was supposed to. That was Donk, our emu, a large flightless bird from Australia. And then last but certainly not least, the two big beautiful birds that popped up over the fence and flew around for a little bit today. That's what we like to call our pride and joy here at the bird show. A pair of East African crown cranes, hatched right here at the zoo about 12 years ago now. Absolutely spectacular birds in flight. Now what we'll be showing you today is a free flight natural behavior bird show. And that simply means that we don't clip any of our birds' wings. They are fully capable of flight, and many of them will be flying in the show in one way or another. Now, it does also mean that during different points of the show, you could have birds flying right over the tops of your heads. So for that reason, it's very important that you do stay seated and keep your hands down throughout the length of the show. That'll really help us out a great deal. Well, with that all said, it's time to get officially underway. We're going to be showing you birds from all over the world today, and we're going to get started with a very beautiful bird called a Harris hawk. Now, Harris hawks are found in the desert Southwest, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and again recently right here in California. Now our Harris hawk's name is Hank, and he's sitting in the crate behind you guys back there. Now in a moment we're going to release Hank from that crate, and he's going to fly around a little bit for us. So if we're all ready, here we go. Keep your eye on Hank, and here he comes. Now again, Hank is a Harris hawk. These birds are known for their intelligence and powerful flight. There are also a couple characteristics unique to this species of hawk, such as hunting in family groups and living in colonies. Well, that's very uncharacteristic for most species of hawk. Did you know that nearly 70% of all the birds of prey hatched in our country never lived to be a year old? Well, that's partially due to natural causes, partially due to loss of habitat. That's greatly due to the fact that many of these birds are shot. See, hawks this size are mistakenly called chicken hawks, and they're shot for that reason. When in fact, there is no such thing as a chicken hawk, and these birds very rarely, if ever, eat chickens. The natural diet of a hawk this size in the wild consists of small rodents, like rats and mice, gophers and ground squirrels. They're very beneficial at controlling those rodent populations in the wild. Now, if you do have chickens in your yard and they are disappearing, the culprits are usually weasels, opossums, raccoons, possibly your neighbors, but very rarely is it a hawk sitting in the tree in the backyard. One more treat for you down here, Hank. Wow. There you go. And off you go. That direction. He's our Harris hawk. Oh. Thank you. Now, one of the things we always try to do with our shows is clear up old myths and misconceptions about birds. And believe me, there are many of them. For example, how many of you have heard that if you touch a baby bird, that parents will come along, smell your scent on the baby, then abandon it? Pretty much everyone's heard that one, right? Well, that simply isn't true. Birds, for the most part, have a very poor sense of smell, and there's just no way they could ever smell your scent on their babies. Most of you, anyway. Well, if you do happen to find a baby bird, the best thing you can do for it in most cases is just leave it alone. Its parents are usually just out of your sight, and they're taking care of that young bird right where it is. Well, here in North America, we do have one type of bird that does have a very good sense of smell, and that's a turkey vulture. Turkey vultures can locate their food just by their sense of smell alone. Well, we still don't have a turkey vulture, so we can't show you one of those. But we do have the next best thing. Very close cousin is the black vulture. We call ours Beetlejuice. All the way out here, Beej. Here he comes. Now, one of the first things you notice about Beetlejuice is his short feathers on his head. He's almost completely bald, and there's a very good reason for this. See, vultures eat carrion, and carrion is just a polite word for dead animals. Now, often along with dead animals goes bacteria, and the sun is nature's way of sterilizing or killing that bacteria. Now, if vultures had long feathers on their heads and necks, the sun wouldn't be able to penetrate through those feathers, getting right down to the skin to sterilize or kill that bacteria that collected there. So you can see there's a very good reason for those short feathers on Beetlejuice's head and neck. Thank you. Now, tropical rainforests, although they make up a relatively small portion of our Earth's surface, are important to us for many reasons. Now, first, they're home to almost half of all the different plant and animal species found on our planet. They also provide us with many of the things we need to survive. The tropical rainforests affect weather worldwide, so they're partially responsible for this beautiful day we're having today. They also give us clean air, clean water, many types of foods. Nearly 40% of all the medicines currently used today have origins in the tropical rainforests. Now, they're also home to a wide variety of parrot species, and that's what we'll be showing you next. We like to call this next guy Frankie. Frankie is our Dawson's cockatoo. Great job, Frank. Parrots are all the way up towards the top of the intelligence scale in the bird world, and in order to help demonstrate Frankie's intelligence, I do need the help of a volunteer. But this time, someone with a dollar bill. Does anyone have a dollar bill? Would you like to try this in the blue polo? Yeah? Okay. Let's see that dollar. Okay, you can stand up on the bench for me. Okay, great. You want to fold that dollar bill in half. Fold it in half again. And once more the opposite way to make a small square. Perfect. Now, are you afraid of birds? No, great answer. Okay, you want to hold that straight out to your side. A little bit higher, like a little bit more. Perfect. Okay, you want to hold your palm facing flat up. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, stand real still. Let Frankie do all the work. Show him what you do with all that money you find laying around there, Frankie. Good boy, Frankie. Right back to me. All the way down there, Frankie. Show him where you put the money. Right in my pocket. Thank you. Anyone on this side with a $10 bill? No, take it, son. Would you like your money back? Correct answer is yes. You can stand up on the bench for me again. Okay, hold on to your left arm. Your right arm too. Now flap real hard and fly down again. Doesn't work too well, does it? Okay, actually you can just stand out, hold one arm out, doesn't matter which to Frankie. Perfect, a little bit higher, palm facing straight up, perfect. Stand real still, let Frankie do all the work. All the way out there, Frankie. Put that dollar bill right back to me. Great job.